Have you ever created something that was just amazing? Perhaps it was a painting or a story or a drawing or a YouTube video or a podcast. Maybe you're an actor and it was a performance. And everyone was like, wow, that was amazing. You're so talented. And then you walked away thinking, oh, wow, I'm so talented. Let me do that again. And then you go to recreate it or create something similar and you just can't. There's nothing happening. The magic is gone. I watched Jay Shetty interview Madonna a couple of weeks ago and I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. There were so many universal truths and spiritual gems, but there was one thing in particular that just slapped me upside the head and I really want to talk to you about it. But before we dive into it, please like and subscribe and turn the notification bell on so you don't miss any videos. And a quick reminder, if you feel called to work with me, I have some one-on-one coaching spots available. Link is in the description. Let's play the clip.
One of the many important things that my teacher taught me was that I am not the owner of my talent. I am the manager. As long as you keep that consciousness and you're aware, like people who run to say, I did that. That was my idea. I mean, you created an opportunity for yourself by allowing yourself to be a vessel. Call it what you like, magic. I think it's magic.
I think it's magic too. How brilliant is that? You created an opportunity for the idea to come through. So we're the manager of our talent, not the owner. In the interview, Madonna talks about when the creative ideas come through, she taps into another dimension. And the moment you start thinking you own the art, you stop the flow. So to hear someone like Madonna, who's achieved so much and exudes that don't F with me energy, to hear her talk like this and to acknowledge that she doesn't own her talent is so powerful. And I think it's humility in its purest form. You don't own it, you don't control it, you receive it, you're a channel for it. It really got me thinking because I'm a creative, I'm an actor as well as a YouTuber, and there's many times when I'm like trying to write something or perform something and it all comes through and it's like there's no greater feeling. Hearing Madonna just made me reflect on when I wrote the viral video that I had back in February that really exploded my YouTube channel. I channeled it for sure. Like it came out so quickly in the shower. I just had to jump out of the shower and go to the computer and write it all out because it just came to me so quickly. So I knew that I was like, whoa, it's happening. The creativity's here. Let's just jump on it. Don't let it pass. Don't wait. Interestingly, when I did upload that video, I remember hearing a little nudge saying, don't put any music on this. And I found out later why that is. So I have uploaded many videos before then. Some had music, some didn't. And I didn't really understand the whole copyright thing because I thought if you uploaded to YouTube, it did a scan and it would tell you if you were allowed to use it or you couldn't use it. But actually, I was uploading this music that I was allowed to use as long as I wasn't making money from it. So I was given guidance not to put music on because I probably would have picked the wrong music. And when I uploaded this video, it went bonkers and I made a lot of money from that video. But if I had have picked the wrong music, I wouldn't have made any money from it. And it was a significant sum. It was to date, about $25,000 US. And this is significant because later on, this video was absolutely pivotal for me making a very important life decision, changing the direction of my life. So looking back, something much bigger than me, obviously, was guiding the whole process. And it was a beautiful thing. It was glorious. And that's exactly what Madonna's describing. If we think we own it or that we did it, we kill it because we move from being of service to humanity to ego. I have no doubt that you've experienced this as well because we're all creative beings. You don't have to be a painter or an actor or an artist in some way to create. Every single day you're creating your reality with your thoughts and your actions and your relationships and your beliefs and your decisions. You are literally shaping the world that you live in. Definitely times after my big video that I tried to recreate it, to recapture the moment, and I just couldn't. And that's reflected on my channel. It was just one of those moments when I was listening and I look very much forward to the time when I have that intuitive hit again. It may not necessarily have the same outcome, but just that feeling of like, oh, I got the idea, let me get out of the way and do it. I really, I have that in moments, but it was pretty strong that day. I've had to learn, and I'm still learning, that we can't do it on our own. We have to partner with life. We have to get out of our own way and still show up to do the work, even when we don't feel any inspiration whatsoever. Now, I call myself the inspired coach because I love that feeling of being inspired. But the discipline of it is turning up and doing the work even when there's no inspiration at all. There's a legendary acting coach called Stella Adler, and she's famous for many things, but one of the things she's famous for saying is you have to have the talent for having the talent. And what she means by that is you have to have the discipline and the imagination and the work ethic. All of that is necessary to be ready for when it arrives, when inspiration is here. Elizabeth Gilbert, who wrote Eat, Pray, Love, I'm a huge fan of her. We've had Elizabeth Gilbert months before here on the podcast. She talks about how she's only once ever dreamt a whole story, where she went to sleep, dreamt the entire story, beginning, middle, end, woke up, wrote it out, all done. That's never happened any other time. And the thing is, she says you just have to turn up at that writing desk every single day. A lot of the time it just feels hard, but you have to turn up every single day and wait for that moment when inspiration comes, and be grateful when it does turn up. So how do we surrender to the magic when every part of it wants to control it? And I think it's humility. I think humility is key. I think if we're the source of our greatness, it's just going to end really badly. The idea wants to be expressed. So whether it's going to be expressed through you or through the next person, it's whoever is open and out of the way in that moment. There is a famous story, I've talked about it a few times on the channel, but where I think Michael Jackson had an idea at 2:00 in the morning, and he raced to the studio, and his team were like, do you really have to do it right now? And he's like, if I don't record this now, this idea is going to go to Prince. The idea isn't personal. I think that story is so brilliant because it's saying that this idea wants to be expressed and it's offering it to Michael, but if he's not into it, if he's not ready, if he's deciding to sleep through the night, it's going to go to Prince or the next person. And I think that's why so many artists struggle after massive success. And actually, there's another clip where Madonna talks about this, which I'll play.
And when you overthink it, or you start thinking about how much of that you own, you stop it. That's why I would say, this is my observation, that a lot of people have these great kind of meteoric careers, and they rise up and they take the world by storm and they influence the masses, and then they just, something happens and they can't handle the light and they're not even aware of it. Mm. And it in a way they fly too close to the light and it burns them. Mm. Yeah.
I love that. They fly too close to the light and it burns them. If you come to your art with humility and that inspiration comes to you and is expressed through you, it can feel like the light is shining on you, like the star is shining on you. And you can start to think it's you, but that star can stop shining on you at any time. And we've seen this time and time again with artists that have maybe one massive album and then nothing. It's really well documented in both psychology and spiritual traditions that if you have a spiritual practice, you can cope with life so much easier. You can weather life storms a little more gracefully. And Madonna talks about this a lot in the interview. I mean, she has had a lot of trauma, a lot of fame, a lot of success. And she says without her spiritual practices, she doesn't think she would have made it. So my key takeaway from that interview was to go within and to be ready, to be disciplined, to hone my craft and be ready for when the inspiration comes, because preparation meeting opportunity is luck. People think, oh, they got lucky with that one, but actually they were prepared for when the opportunity arrived. So keep doing the thing without expectations, without entitlement, without ego. Just keep doing the thing. If this resonated with you today, please share with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want to go deeper in this work, I'd love to support you. One-on-one spots available, link in the description. Till next time, my friends, stay inspired.
Like and subscribe.